What up, my fellow nerds? We're back, and this week we're dishing up some seriously exciting Star Wars news and some seriously awesome videos. So seriously awesome that I think even Her Worshipfulness herself is excited about it. Filming for Episode 8 has begun. Thanks to Disney CEO Bob Iger, we have received the official news that filming had started when he said, "There is no better way to propel this franchise into the future than producing quality products." Filming for Star Wars Episode 8 has just commenced, and it will be in theaters December 2017. And production of Episode 9, a 2019 release, has also begun. The start of filming has had some effects on Pensacon, the Comic-Con in Pensacola, Florida, causing guests such as Peter Mayhew and Tim Rose to cancel their appearances, which we can take as official confirmation that Chewbacca and Admiral Ackbar will be returning in the next movie. And while we're on the subject of returning characters, there is some talk floating around that Ewan McGregor will be in Episode 8 as well. Perhaps as Obi-Wan's Force Ghost? Maybe some flashback scenes? What do you think? Let us know in the comments.
I have a bad feeling about this.
But wait, the Star Wars universe is expanding still, as if it wasn't big enough already. Disney is releasing a new Star Wars animated series being developed by the LEGO Group and Lucasfilm. The show, LEGO Star Wars The Freemaker Adventures, follows the Freemakers, a family of scavengers that scour the galaxy for debris in space to build and sell starships. The connection to the Force is unleashed when the youngest member of the family discovers the Kyber Saber and puts the family in the sights of the Empire. The promo art shows us that Palpatine and Vader will be a part of the show as well. We also have some information that gives us an idea of setting and direction for the show, as in we know that it is set between The Empire Strikes Back and Return of the Jedi. However, some Star Wars fans may be wondering if this series will be canon or not. When Disney bought Lucasfilm in 2012, it put the expanded universe material out of continuity and promised that everything Star Wars from then on would have a shared timeline. A major example of this would be the Marvel Comics being rebooted to fill the gaps between the main movies and exploring the characters from the Rebels animated series. But in the LEGO universe, nobody dies and almost everything is comedic. So perhaps we should put our canon dreams to rest and simply enjoy a new Star Wars animated series. Since we're talking about new series with some new characters, canon or not, check out this epic graph created by a Swiss researcher and his team that maps out every Star Wars character ever. The team put data from Wikipedia into a computer that applied that information to graph theory, and the results were, as expected, massive. French data scientist and Star Wars fan, Kyrell Benzi, who worked on the project, blogged some of the results to give us our first look at these charts. The graph contains a complete list of every character from the universe. The total character count is 21,647. Before you take away all the character names that begin with unidentified, leaving you with 19,612, but only 7,563 of them play important roles over the 35,000-year Star Wars saga.
This is madness.
It took a total of 2 days for the computer to connect every single Star Wars character. And now there's a new character to be talking about and something to play while we wait for all the new movies and shows to be released. The first of 7 new chapters for the MMO Star Wars The Old Republic Knights of the Fallen Empire has been released. The title is Anarchy in Paradise and introduces a mercenary named Firebrand who is on a mission to destroy the Eternal Empire. And if you're Star Wars The Old Republic subscriber, Anarchy in Paradise is available for free and on Windows PC. Check out the sweet preview video we have a link to in our show notes. Another video you need to be checking out is StarCart. For me, this video has nostalgia and more nostalgia. One could only hope that this video, which is very well made, would perhaps spark an idea or two about an actual release of a Star Wars Mario Kart mashup. Both Star Wars and Super Mario already have similarities, so it makes sense, right? Saving princesses, growling sidekicks, evildoers, and a taste for motorsports like pod racing and go-kart racing. So why haven't we already been racing as Mario in an X-Wing or Bowser in a TIE Interceptor? This video that mashes Mario and Star Wars universes and Star Kart shows us what gameplay would be like if we could, and it's awesome. Foodles Production, you probably haven't heard of them, but this is the Disney subsidiary in the UK responsible for producing The Force Awakens, and they just got slapped with 4 criminal charges by the health and safety executive in connection with Harrison Ford's broken leg. If you remember, Ford was injured when a hydraulic metal door malfunctioned and hit the actor. Following an investigation, the HSE said there was sufficient evidence to bring charges related to alleged health and safety breaches. Representatives of Foodles issued a statement saying cast and crew safety is always a top priority and they're disappointed with the decision. No disappointment when it comes to the bank books for Disney or Hasbro. Both companies saw a jump in earnings thanks to the new chapter in the saga. The Walt Disney Company reported its first quarter earnings for fiscal 2016 jumped 32% to $2.9 billion, and Hasbro's annual report for that year has the company bringing in $494 million in Star Wars related sales. And then there's the next wave of toys. Announcements at New York's Toy Fair have been flying all week. We'll have details on the Star Wars merch in our next episode. Those are your latest Salacious Crumbs. Don't forget to give us a thumbs up and share us with your friends. And make sure you subscribe so you don't miss this show or Week in Review or Team Zombie. They talk about The Walking Dead right here on Sci-Fi For Me TV. If you're into podcasts, you can find Sci-Fi For Me Radio on podcast.com and through your iTunes or player of choice. And the links to Stitcher have been updated for those of you who use that podcast app. As always, be sure to check out the latest news over at sci-fi4me.com, your portal to the science fiction multiverse. Remember to visit us next week for the latest Star Wars news featured here on Salacious Crumbs. And as always, stay classy, Tatooine.